It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Heat in Miami. For Miami, coming into tonight, a couple of goals they have. Stay aggressive on both ends, but also play with efficiency. It's a delicate balance, but they know it's the key to playing their best ball. So many teams playing at a faster pace nowadays. Tonight, though, Kenny, we see lots of half-court sets.
Yeah, because it takes craft to run an offense in the half court. You just can't run up and down and jack shots up. This is winning time, half-court basketball. And you find the matchups and you exploit them, Ernie.
And you have to remain patient. You know, you have to remember, Ernie, it's chess, not checkers.
What were you better at, chess or checkers?
Checkers.
Have you played chess?
Never.
King me.
That's checkers.
Oh.
Checkmate.
Checkmate. Checkmate.
That's chess.
Yeah. It's just checking. Make sure you knew.
Checking, get it?
No.
Checkmate, checking?
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel very stupid. Here's Kevin Harlan.
Nothing goes together like the Heat and Miami as we get ready for an interconference contest here at the American Airlines Arena. Glad to have you with us for more NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Miami Heat has established that high standard for fitness. Even Eric Spoelstra has gotten into it in his late 40s. The Heat coach says when he's working out, I'm in a different place. The physical, emotional, and mental benefits, I'm hooked. Kevin?
As hard as he works, great that he takes care of himself, too. DA, thank you. Tonight, two teams that like to slow it down a little bit, playing that half-court ball. Brent, we don't get to see that as often as we kind of have in the past.
Well, and that's okay, Kevin, because coaches who have a roster that's full of guys who they feel like physically can take advantage of defenses wearing down, or they're looking at their opponent as somebody who's not really patient defensively and wants to play through a 24-second possession. Then if you slow it down, you might have more opportunities for post-ups, cuts, and late baskets because of defensive breakdown.
Coaches knowing what they've got to work with.
Well, you got to know your personnel.
Yep. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, we've got Tim Hardaway Jr. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Doncic, and it's Barea in at the one. And it's Barea with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Waiters grabs the miss.
Well, you can tell right there he just wanted to go for the jam, but the defense too good and distracting.
Here's Dragic. It's good from in tight.
Terrific patience around the paint area from Dragic there. Calmly knocks one down from the interior.
For about 1 minute into the first, Doncic kicks to Marjanovic. Now here's Doncic, defended by Butler. Just 5 to shoot. Lets it go from the wing and off the glass. That one's good.
And you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their 4th shot of the game.
Dragic the pass to Adebayo. Back to Dragic. Scored the basket, his 2nd of 2 attempts.
It's an energy boost not only for the player but for the team when Dragic gets hit like that and still finishes over the defense. His teammates are pumped.
Mavericks have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Hardaway finds Marjanovic. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. If there's been a shortcoming for the Heat, Brent, it's at the offensive end.
The shooting percentages aren't bad, but it just feels like with their mismatch of talent, who is it that's going to step to the forefront and be the guy they rely on for consistent scoring? One thing you look at too, Kevin, they really don't get to the line all that much, and second chance points kind of hold them back.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And so he makes both from the line.
And head coach Erik Spoelstra always looking for different perspectives, looking to tweak and change certain things and constantly learning. That's a growth mindset. We hear him talk about that a lot, and it's something that he encourages not only his staff to do, but his players as well.
Now here's Barea. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go.
And 1 for 5 is a tough way to start the game, Kevin. They got to get it going.
Barea against Dragic. Barea kicks to Porzingis. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. And Spoelstra assigns assistants to read books, attend clinics, and bring back reports. Always looking for new insights.
Yep, lots of paperwork on that Miami Heat coaching staff. They keep daily notes on everything from basketball to the big picture around the team. Stats, quotes, questions, all inspirational stuff. So anything they can draw a competitive advantage on or keep things positive, Spo's looking to do that.
And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Dragic against Barea. Back to Porzingis. Shoots over Olynyk. Another shot. It's Adebayo with the rebound.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Barea, the pass to Porzingis. That shot is no good, and he's 1 for 3 from the floor. Raiders against Hardaway. Passes to Butler. Good. With time running down on the shot clock. Butler's got his first 2 points.
And this is Butler's bread and butter. The mid-range J is on point. Got to D him up better than that.
Outside, Porzingis. Pulls up on the elbow. That doesn't go either for Porzingis.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Raiders for 3. The Mavericks pull it in. Outside Hardaway. And Doncic gets it to go.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Brent, I'm sure there were times, and you've won 2 championships where you thought you were going to win a title, and it didn't happen.
I'll go back to the first night that I thought potentially we were going to win a title with San Antonio. That was in the 2005 finals against Detroit. We had come back home for a Game 6 that I thought we were going to win, and we did not. And sort of the pressure that mounted after that game to know that we were going to a Game 7 and had lost an opportunity where we really did feel coming off of Game 5 we were going to win. It certainly elevated the intensity of the Game 7, which we eventually won at home for our title in 2005.
New group in for the Heat. Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Bam Adebayo. Johnson comes in for Kelly Olynyk. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Dion Waiters. And it's Justin Winslow in for Goran Dragic. Now here's Butler. Fades. A second chance effort. And Johnson lays it in.
Just a nice job of snipping one out right there. Would love to see Johnson try to get a few more of those freebies.
Ball's knocked loose. Outside Jackson. Here's Burke. No good that time. Now the Heat take it the other way. To the inside. Stolen by Jackson. They're running. Here's Brunson. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Justice Winslow.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Dallas shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
Shot.
He's off on the first. Good on the second free throw. We've got 1:48 left to play in the first. Outside, Jones. Pass to Butler. Over Burke. And that one hits back iron.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Brunson the pass to Burke. Outside Jackson. Back to Burke. A 3. That shot no good. And it's Miami the other way. On the wing, Winslow. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Over Brunson. A nice shot by Winslow.
I'd like to see Justice Winslow doing great work on the interior like that.
And it's Burke with the ball for the Mavericks. They trail by 1. There's the pass to Brunson. Back to Porzingis. Just 4 to shoot. From deep. Jimmy Butler comes up with the rebound.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
Now here's Leonard. Now here's Winslow. Over Brunson. Winslow's shot is off. Now here's Burke. Defense is right there. Over Butler. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
This is when you're just surprised that a guy would miss that kind of look. The defense really did not do a lot there.
And there's the horn. We've seen some good defense on both sides, and the score is still close. Heat lead by 1. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. Tough-nosed Jimmy Butler talks about the mantle of being a franchise player.
You call me a leader, all-star, whatever you want to call it, but with that comes a lot of, some people call it pressure, but a lot of responsibility is what I call it. You know, every night you got to show up. You have to be productive. You have to show guys even when you're hurt, you can still play. Even when you're tired, you got to go out there and do what you're supposed to do. It's fun to me. I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way.
And that's what he worked for. And he works as hard as anyone, Greg, in the NBA.
And you see that competitiveness and desire in his play.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And let's quickly break down the game we've been seeing from the Heat, guys.
Well, to me, the story of that first period was their rebounding.
Yeah, jumping out to a lead largely because they did the hard work on the glass. So you love the passion in the early part of this game that they're playing with.
James Johnson is out there with Myers Leonard. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Justice Winslow. And it's Jones in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Winslow kicks to Johnson. Porzingis with the block.
You can see Porzingis taking some pride right now on the defensive end of the floor, taking care of the shooter with his long wingspan that time.
And Miami has possession. Johnson kicks to Butler. Shoots a three. A shot by Johnson, no good. The Mavericks trailing. And we talk so much about the offense Porzingis gives you, Brent. How about the defensive side of his game?
Well, I think he's learning a little bit more about position and space. He moves his feet decently well for his size, but he's getting a better understanding of the guys in this league that he's seeing on a nightly basis. And, of course, we'll always talk about trying to gain more and more strength.
Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Poked away. Butler with the steal. The Mavericks pull it in.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Here's Brunson. Lock at 6. Inside, here's Jackson. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Jackson's got his first points in this one. The Heat with the lead. And the Heat call time here. Aside from one recent year, we've seen plenty of coaching changes. When teams come up short, do you think that position maybe gets too much blame?
Probably. And coaches know that's exactly what they're in store for once they sign a contract
and
to coach
that
a team.
Kind of money.
Yeah, all of a sudden they know that what happens on the floor, the end result is going to be whether or not I coach this team the next year and the year after and the year after. Interesting cycle of things that happens, though, Kevin, is when changes are made in a front office around the league. Sometimes the managers want to put in a coach where they feel either a little bit more comfortable with or a style of basketball that they're more comfortable with. And sometimes the success on the floor for the coach has no bearing on whether or not he's going to keep his job.
Right.
Because management would like to see a different product out there. So they become a victim sometimes of upper management movement and sometimes are removed from being the head coach.
Good thoughts. A nice shot by Barea.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
It's Dragic with the drive. A rebound by Marjanovic. The Mavericks have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Hardaway against Waiters. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
Hardaway Jr. committed to get inside on that particular play, locked in and shrugging off the defense.
Waiters surveying the D. Back to Dragic. A three connects from three-point range. Dragic has got 7.
Dragic always scattering around, but that time got his feet up underneath him and knocks down the long ranger.
And then Hardaway with the dunk.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. And that unleashed chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Now here's Olynyk, and Dragic has it in the corner. Shoots over Barea. Again, Dragic missing. For Dallas, they've gone a sensational 5 of 5 from the field since the start of the second quarter. Here's Doncic. Misses off the left iron.
And he completely threw the timing off on that jumper. That is how you D-up.
Playing with tremendous aggressiveness without fouling. That's an excellent job.
And you can see that Butler is the total package. Solid at recognizing when one of his guys is open.
Dragic against Barea. Kicks it to Doncic. Floats one up, and the layup is good. Doncic has got the game tied up here for Dallas.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Timeout called, the Heat.
And looking at Luka Doncic, incredibly mature for his age. Physically, the broad shoulders, weighing in about 230. Mentally, though, advanced understanding of how to play the game.
Waiters outside. 1:49 left here in the second. Clock at 6. Fires the 3. The shot comes out, and it's Dallas the other way. And it's Dragic with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Winslow's checked in for Jimmy Butler. .130 left in the first half. Pass to Barea. Now here's Doncic, covered by Winslow. And Luka Doncic, not the top pick in the draft this past June, but one of the more exciting names out of this rookie class.
Dallas made a point to trade up and draft him. Doncic not playing in the summer league as he has had a hefty workload in Europe before the draft. Still came away with Euro MVP honors, and at his age, that is incredible.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
Yeah, the versatility and competitive fire of Doncic is impressive. You can just tell this kid loves to play the game.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. There's 1:17 left now here in the second. Dragic against Barea. To the inside. Lays it in off a pretty alley-oop.
Some guys have a hard time finding their teammates in those possessions. Dragic is always looking to dish to get it to the open man.
For Dallas, they've gotten all but one of their 7 shots in the second quarter to drop. Pretty impressive. They get a hand on it, and that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Miami. Johnson comes in for Olynyk. 52 seconds left in the first half. Doncic, no good.
No doubt disappointed with that one. He'd love to have that one back.
Yeah, I'd put that play on repeat. The setup was perfect. Just need a better result next time. And when he's this close, he's got to make it. The defense was pretty good, but just shouldn't miss that.
Over in the quarter, Porzingis. Shot clock at 6. It's through for a second basket. He's now 2 for 6.
Yeah, Porzingis read that extremely well. He recognized right away he was going to get that shot.
Up top, Dragic. 7 points in the game. And Waiters has it in the corner. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hardaway. Waiters gets a wide open look. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Mavericks ahead. They lead by a bucket. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy, you have come a long way in this league. When you look at your career now versus when you came in, how different is it?
Much different. I think on the floor, I'm supposed to do a lot more on both ends of the floor. And off the floor, I think it's still the same. People recognize my hair.
Well, it is a unique style. Jimmy, thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Quite the tussle there in the first half, huh? The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. Some good action during the period, as it was just a one-point game at the end of one. If you look at the second quarter scoring, they had a small edge. They really hung tough as we got close to halftime. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on how Dallas played?
Well, it's always a little bit of a challenge playing on the road, but they came in mentally prepared and physically prepared. The energy in the arena was fierce, but they didn't cave in.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Heat?
I think they let the game come to them, but they haven't got to the foul line enough, Ernie. That's an area where they're getting beat. I like to see them press to action a little bit more.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
A great look at American Airlines Arena right on the shores of Biscayne Bay as we welcome you back to Miami. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Yeah, and through 2 quarters, he's been lights out. And you know he's going to look to add to those totals.
And defensively, hard to force him out of the rhythm at this point because he has a number of ways with which he can beat you.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. And it's Dragic with the ball for the Miami Heat. A 2-point game. Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. They've got Marjanovic. J.J. Barea is out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And there's Porzingis. And it's Doncic in at the 3 side. 5 to shoot. 18 feet out. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Porzingis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Now, here's Doncic. He's tightly guarded. Dragic against Barea. And it's blocked. Dragic looking it over. It's stolen by Barea. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Shoots over Dragic, not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
I like that recognition. Effortlessly getting his teammate the ball in a spot where he knows he can do something with it.
Hardaway against Waiters. Hardaway dishes to Barea. Back to Hardaway. Lays it up off the glass. And it's a 6-point Maverick lead.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Outside Dragic. Butler on the way. Fader on the way. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Butler's got 8.
And the confidence from Butler on display. Doesn't hesitate for a second and just sinks that shot with ease.
Now here's Barea. He kicks to Doncic. Here's Porzingis. And Dallas again with the bucket.
Yeah, couldn't have asked for a better start to the second half, minus that one miss. 3 of 4 now from the field right now in the second half. One thing about Porzingis last year that we saw with the departure of Carmelo Anthony is could you lean on Porzingis to shoulder the offensive load? He was phenomenal in that role last year before the injury. So out on the perimeter, above the rim, finishing off breaks, he's capable.
And here's Barea after the 3-pointer from Goran Dragic. Now, here's Doncic, defended by Butler. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. The Mavericks have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight. Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Mike Powell comes in for Marjanovic, and Trey Burke subbed in for Hardaway. That one misses. And talking about Porzingis, what really separates him as a scorer, Brent, is his jump shot.
Well, at 7'3", we always think, man, he should be down on the post or have 2 feet in the paint working on his post-up game. That's not what he's about. He's terrific catching and shooting. He can handle the ball enough to take 1 or 2 dribbles to score at the rim. He's really good on the right side of the floor, shooting over the top at the mid-range, and he can overpower defenders. So all of the offensive skills are there.
Here is Barea. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. A floater, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
The Mavericks have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7. First one falls. Winslow's checked in for the Heat. He makes 1 of 2 that time.
And missing opportunities here to extend that lead at the free throw line this half.
To the inside.
Yeah, there's a good indicator of Winslow and his feel for the game. I like how much he makes a concentrated effort to get the ball right there to the open man.
And that unleashed chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Dragic the pass to Adebayo. Back to Dragic. Passes it to Butler. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. And it's 13 points for Butler.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agility.
Powell for 3, drops in the tray. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
Adebayo kicks to Dragic. Over Burke. No good from Dragic.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Pass to Burke. It's stolen by Dragic. Powell with the steal. To the inside, Barea drops in the layup for 2. Now it's a 6-point Dallas lead.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Wait, did you just say trickeration, GA? I think it's a size disadvantage there that he was willing to attack, but you have to develop that skill set and have counters.
And the Heat call time here. A different look for Miami. Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Bam Adebayo. Johnson comes in for Kelly Olynyk, and Jones subbed in for Goran Dragic. Now here's Jones. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Here's Butler. Porzingis with the block. Jackson looking around, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Porzingis showing you what he can do if he gets that close. The big man up big time.
And there's a minute 45 left in the third quarter. Jones kicks to Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Butler. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not so unlucky 13 shots.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That'll be his second foul of the game. Outside Jackson. Burke with it. It's his first trip to the line. And he makes the first. And he can't